Hi, my name is Wolvinny. I'm a furry from the Netherlands and I'm what you call a DANCERFUR. So I've been brave enough to put on a fursuit and dance. I've done this several times already in videos and also on stage on furry dance competitions. You may know me as one of the ladies, Jill or Coco. I call myself a DANCERFUR because I dance in fursuit. It's hard for me to dance without fursuit. And that's the great thing about having a fursuit, is that it liberates you a little bit from the stress on how you look, because a fursuit usually makes you feel good and happy about yourself. Dancing is a very vulnerable way of expressing yourself and making a show. So I've asked on Twitter if people wanted to learn from me how you maybe can learn how to dance. And I accepted, and it's very scary to tell. And this is my opinion, of course, so maybe my methods won't work for you. I hope they will. Otherwise, maybe you can ask other DANCERFURs who have also great ideas and also had to learn. I've been telling this already to people when they ask me after a show or on conventions or meets, how did I learn to dance? And I have to say, I learned a lot from a game called Just Dance. Just Dance is a game you can play on the Wii or the Switch or even other game consoles. But usually I don't even use the console to play this game, but I will explain it later. I've also been to several dance classes, but I didn't usually make an entire year because of stuff. And I do a lot of tutorials on YouTube, and also get to that later. First, I'm going to talk about Just Dance because that's the biggest way I've learned so far. Just Dance is a game, and it's a dancing game with a lot of songs, so I think you'll find something that you like. What's the thing about Just Dance is it's a game, so you have a controller in your hand, and that's measuring your points. But that's of course what we're not going to do, or what I did. What I did was actually learn the dances, sometimes by heart. Sometimes I can even do them now from the top of my head. Usually in the dance there's easy moves and sometimes a little bit more difficult moves. And I'm going to tell this right away, don't feel discouraged if you don't get the dance in your early learning stages, because there are some very difficult moves where I even have trouble learning them. The moves they have are very repetitive. They have a basic move that goes on for 8 seconds before they do something else. So the first time you're doing it, you're like, oh, what are they doing? But because they do it all the seconds later as well, you're like, oh wait, I'm getting it now. And then they do another dance bit and another dance bit, but also they are very maybe 8 or 4 seconds of duration. And then they repeat the one that you had in the beginning. So it's a very repetitive dance, and that's a very good start for beginners, because you don't have to remember a lot of moves, because you're going to get them back again and then you can improve them again. My number one rule on Just Dance is don't play it on the consoles. Why? Because you have those controllers who only measure your arms. Go on YouTube, because YouTube, if you type in Just Dance, and you can even put a year behind it, but you don't have to. You get lots of dances from people who already did it, but they also recorded just in this screen that you need, and there you can just dance what you like. Also, the great thing about YouTube is that you can hit pause. In the game, you can't hit pause, so just hit the pause button or go in slow motion to actually see what they're doing. If those hand moves or leg moves are very difficult to get, just play it slowly and see what they're doing. Or if you want to really focus on one part, then you should go on YouTube and then look for YouTube repeat. Those are websites where you can say, I want to repeat this part of YouTube video from this second to this second. So Just Dance is about repeating, and that's the first thing that's very important for me to learn how to do a dance move, but it can also be very important to you. So repeat, repeat, repeat. You don't have to learn it on the first try.
So she's doing a very difficult move here. So I can put it on 50% to actually see what she's doing. Okay, now look what she did. She put her right leg behind her in a step. There. So I'm going to remember right leg back step. and I do it. Then I'm going to look on what other elements are moving, and that's the arm. The left arm is going to point into the other direction. So I combine right leg with left arm point. And then I'm going to combine those two. So right leg, left hand point. What's she doing next? She steps back. See? But then she switches. Now it's the left leg to the back, right arm pointing in the other direction. So just don't try to copy it. Try to see what they're doing, which left or right leg is moving, which left or right arm is moving, and try to combine it. First try maybe the arms. For example, try the pointing first and then add the moving of the legs.
But you also have to, one day, have to stop that video, don't play it at all, and just play the song and see if you have remembered it. That's the thing you can test with, because if you're going to always look at the screen to learn the dance, and then you don't use the video and you are going to do it by yourself, then you don't know. So also try to do it without having the video in front of you telling you what to do. If you have learned the arm work, and if you've learned the feet or leg work, you can look into the details they're doing. With details, I mean, for example, what they're doing with their specific feet, or with their fingers or hands, and what they're doing with their head.
Also what I see her doing, but that's detail work, that's why she's such a great dancer. She does a head flick.
A lot of adding those details takes your dance to the next level. So first learn the arm moves, then learn the leg moves, and then try to focus on little stuff like hands, feet, or head. I've made a YouTube playlist of some of my favorite Just Dance videos, so click on this button to see them, and if you like one of them, just try it out. I don't have the copyright on them, so just try it out and try to learn the dance. A second way I learned how to dance is through YouTube tutorials. So I wanted to learn how to do a shuffle. Then I just looked it up on YouTube. There are great channels which can learn you how to do a dance, and they do it really on a beginner level, so you don't have to be afraid that it's up on a too large level. Also, the great thing about these YouTube videos is, again, you can just hit pause or stop when you want to focus on the first bit before you go to a second bit. And how do you see the difference is, how I do it is record myself or look into a mirror. So I have lots of recordings from the past years that I tried to learn lessons.
6, 7, 8, we're bringing up the left leg on and, push it down. 1, and 2, and then you're gonna switch, slide the left leg over, bring up the right leg here, start the whole process again.
There are 3 ways for me to learn how to dance. I've used Just Dance, I've been using tutorials on YouTube, and I've had dancing lessons. Well, number 3 for me was dancing lessons, and that's actually the hardest one. Why? Because we're usually a little bit older. We're 20, 25, 30, 40, 50 when we are interested in learning how to dance. So when you go to school and you're like, hi, I'm a beginner, you're going to be put into a kids class. And of course, you're not very comfortable there. Maybe you are, that's good, but not everyone is. I wasn't very comfortable, so for me it didn't work. So then I went to a class that was about my age, but those people were already dancing for years in a hip hop class. And I was the worst of the class. Also, the dance teacher is, of course, very important, because they also have their own styles of learning people how to dance and actually how they dance. So after a few classes, you can discover if you can learn from that person and if you like their style. So again, my tip is find those dancing schools, call them, talk to the owner, see if you can find a dance class that matches your wishes, maybe on age-wise or level-wise, and see if it's something for you. Usually a first lesson is free, so you can just try it out without losing any money. So that was my first video of how to learn how to dance with Wolvinny. I'm going to make more episodes. The second video is going to be about the difference between plantigrade and digigrade fursuit, or even partial, and what things you should think about and consider if you dance in fursuit, because I have to say that's quite different than dancing without a fursuit. My third video is going to be about creating a choreography or a bit for a dance competition. I'm going to give my tips and my visions and how I actually do it, and then you can maybe one day make your own dance to perform in front of an audience on a dance competition or in a music video like I do. And again, I'm not a dancing teacher. This is just my way on how I learned how to dance and how I got from dancing in jail in fursuit on my first EF on actually winning a trophy. And that was crazy, by the way. I didn't expect to win at all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you can learn from it. I'm very curious about your results. Give me feedback, ask me questions in the comments, and I'll see you next time on my new video about dancing in fursuit. Good luck.